Sri Aurobindo Saranam, the children of the Divine, my pranam to all. I will just tell about the Sri Aurobindo Yoga. His yoga starts from the vision of India. He says that unless the India is united, India cannot be the guru of the world. So the first dream he has, that the Akhanda Bharat. It is his first dream. Unless it is fulfilled, the India cannot be strengthened and it cannot lead the world. And he said that it is bound to happen because it is the will of the God. Nobody can oppose it. Yes, if we collaborate, it will be accelerated. If we don't collaborate, crushing circumstances will create the situation. That is why he says it is better to collaborate, so that beautifully we will have the united India, Akhanda Bharat. Then this Akhanda Bharat will have the capacity to unite whole Asia. There will be a confederation. The Asian countries will be united and the India will lead. This is the second dream of Sri Aurobindo. That will also happen because it is the will of Divine. What he says, I am not saying, I am just telling you what the Divine wants. This India is nothing but the laboratory of the whole world. But Indians must be conscious. Because Sri Aurobindo says that simply taking birth is not India. To live for India is becoming. Suppose, for example, we are in India, but we are doing so much of corruption, which is weakening the India. Then how can we claim that we are Indians? Sister Nivedita belongs to foreign country, but she lived for India. So the whole thing is that whether we love India or not, that makes us Indian. So that is why Sri Aurobindo said, try to become Indian. He is telling to us, try to become Indian. We have taken birth in India, but we are not Indians in true spirit. So this is the first thing we have to do. Then after, of course, all steps will go simultaneously. It is not one after another. United India, then Asia unification, then whole world will be united under the flag of India. It is beyond our imagination, but it is bound to happen. So the world will be united. Then he says how these things will be united. Unless the spiritual message will be spread to the whole world of India, the Muni Rishis, they have the realization of God, universalization. All are same. All have come from the Divine. These are the experiences. We are talking. Talking is not enough. We should experience the unification of our origin. That is what will make India to become Guru of the whole world. The spiritual message will reach all countries. And by that they will feel that India will lead us. It is not through dictatorship. Now America is leading whole world through dictatorship. That time is over. India will lead the whole world with love. And love is not possible without spirituality. Then Sri Aurobindo says, the humanity will surpass itself. He says of the evolution, that is his tapasya. He had done in Pondicherry. He got the instruction from Lord Krishna in Alipur jail while he was in the freedom fighting. The government, British government, put him into jail in the name of terrorism. but he was innocent. He came out, and during the jail period, he met Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna told that you have come for a greater work. That is, the evolutionary crisis we are facing. Just like after monkey, man has come. After man, there will be another divine being. We are on the transitory phase, evolutionary crisis, that is hour of God. So those monkey who become ready for the man, they become man. Those who are not ready they are still living as monkeys. Similarly, now we have the opportunity to exceed ourselves. That is, those who want to become divine beings, Sachidananda Swarupa over earth, not somewhere else. Mukti Nirvana he is not saying. He is saying this world will manifest the divine and we will become his manifestation. Sachidananda manifestation, each person will express Sachidananda in his own way, unique way. Just like beauty is one, but flowers are many, manifesting the beauty. Each flower is unique in its own way. Similarly, we will manifest Sachidananda in unique way. You will express in your own way, in your Swadharma. I will express in my Swadharma, but there will be no deformation. Now human being has ego. That new race is coming, they have no ego. So if there is no ego means divine will manifest purely without any deformation. So that time we have reached. That is why he has done sadhana for 24 years in a single room in Pondicherry. He has not come out from the room. He has done sadhana for 24 years. He brought down the new force that is called supramental force. And if we get open to that force, that those who are ready, they will become the supramental being or divine being. Divine being means manifesting the supramental qualities, that is the divine qualities without any deformation. That is what Sri Aurobindo's vision. These are the 5 dreams. First is Akhanda Bharata. Second is United Asia. Third is World Union. Fourth is India will become the Guru of the world. Fifth is humanity will supersede himself and become the divine being. These are in essence what Sri Aurobindo said. If you have some questions, you can ask. I have told in nutshell what Sri Aurobindo's yoga is.
సింపుల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ కాబట్టి అందరికీ అర్థమైంది అనమాట. ఏదైనా అంటే ప్లీజ్ అరవింద్ కమిటీ కానీ మనం ఎంతవరకు ఆశ్రమం నుంచి అక్కడ ఏం పెరుగుతూ ఉంది సాధన, అందులో ఉన్న సన్యాసులు అంటున్నారు వాళ్ళు ఎట్లా ఉన్నారు, ఇట్లా మన మనసులో నేను అరవింద్ అనే పేరు ఉంటున్నాను తప్ప వారికి సంబంధించిన ఇప్పుడు అరవింద్ సావిత్రి, అరవింద్ సాహిత్యం ఎట్లా పోతా ఉంది, మన ప్రభుత్వం తరఫున ఏమైనా సహకారం దొరుకుతూ ఉందా, పాండిచేరిలో వాళ్ళ అక్కడ ప్రభుత్వ సహకారం ఎట్లా ఉంది, వీళ్ళ ప్రచారము పెరుగుదల ఎట్లా ఉంది, ఇట్లాంటి వాటి ఏదైనా మనం అడగచ్చు. అంటే అరవింద్ మహర్షి తపస్సు చేస్తున్నారు, 23 సైలెంట్ ఉంటారు కానీ మాట్లాడాల్సింది.
Actually, my question is how we can achieve these goals. What is the day-wise or day-to-day sadhana? Is that possible in general life, or people have to attain some stage and then only it is possible?
Yes, it is possible for the humanity, otherwise why they have come here? They have come here for us, for common people. So first thing is that we have study circle. Study circle means just like satsang. Because what they have written, we try to understand. Sri Aurobindo has written 36 books, very hard language. But Mother has explained in simple way. And there are others who have made it more simplified form. So all these we discuss in our study circle, that is 1 hour. That is the first step we do. Next thing is to implement in our life. If we read simply, if you don't implement, it has no value. So if we read 1 hour, some inspiration has come. Suppose Mother has said that become unselfish. That is the first necessity for the new creation. If you are not unselfish, then you cannot become the member of the new world. So while we are living in our day-to-day life, how selfish we are. We are thinking of ourselves only. Nothing else. Our family, we. Mother says at least 1 hour you spend for the others. Where you do not have any claim over them. You do because you have the joy of doing. You never say that I have done for you, because of me you have helped, otherwise you would have died. Many people help, but they take the credit. Don't take any credit. Because you have the joy of doing unselfish work. That is one thing. Another is unegoistic work. That is very difficult. Unegoistic means always we expect something, what we do. Without expectation, we have to do. Then third is offering everything to the God. Whatever you do. You say that it is for you I am doing. If I am doing service to the nation, that is also because you want. You are the creator of everything. You want that India must be great. That is why I am doing the work for the India. If you want that family should be purified, that is why I am working for the family. You want that society should be strengthened, that is why I am working for the society. Whatever you do, you have to offer to the Mother. Divine. So from the morning when you get up, generally we get up, simply we get up and start our work. That is not good. Concentrate, meditate, remember of your origin. You are nothing but the potential God. Remember of your origin and pray that I will be worthy of your will. Whatever you want through me. He wants everybody to do some specific, unique work. Mother has said, none of my child is zero. Everybody is unique in his own way. So all are unique. That what he wants, I must know. That is why I have to spend some time with concentration. That what you want to work through me, I am ready to do without any preferences, without any conditions. These are the things we have to practice, and it is individually and collectively. Because if we don't do collectively, individual cannot progress to eternally. Somewhere you have to stop. For example, you have a family. If you are walking ahead, leaving others back, a child will cry. He will fall. So you have to come back again. So in spite of your individual strength, you have to go in harmony with the totality. With the society, with Indian and with family, all must go together. That is called harmonizical movement. So these all things we practice in our day-to-day life. And Mother says that it is possible for all human beings to do all these works. Otherwise, why I have said all this to you? So it is possible. But it is not easy. Any great work is not easy. But easy things will not give joy. Only difficult things give joy. Those who do impossible works, they enjoy the delight. That is why Mother has said, we are not here to simply do the difficult work, we are here to work out the impossibilities. So these things are possible for all, everybody can practice at their own level. There can be great person, they can do more work, just like Hanuman. But monkey is no lesser than the Hanuman. Everybody has have their own role. Everybody has his own role. So accordingly, we have to discover what role I have to play. How can I will discover? I will to ask myself within, because he is there. He will inspire you to do what is necessary for you.
Sir, let us know who is Aurobindo, who is Mataji. Please explain that first, then you can go into details. Please.
Sri Aurobindo took birth in Calcutta. His father was doctor, and his father wanted him to become British officer. That is why he has sent him to London for higher education, so that he will become just like now it is IS, he can be ICS officer of the British government. But beyond his expectation, he became the patriot of India. While he was in British, he became patriot of India. How to liberate India from the Britishers, he tried his level best. He found a Sangha also over there. Because his father insisted him to appear ICS exam, he appeared and succeeded, but knowingly he has not participated in horse race. So he has not become the ICS officer knowingly, because he wanted to serve our country. When he came back to India, he joined in Baroda government. Baroda king was there. Under him he has served. After that, he got an opportunity to serve in a national college with half salary. What he was getting there, with half salary, he has gone to national college because he wanted to train the youth for the nation. And he trained, he formed a group, and he was also in the group of Lal Bal Pal. He wrote all inspiring books for the movement, total Indian movement. He was the leader. And he awakened the consciousness of India to struggle against Britishers. And Britishers thought he is the most dangerous person. Somehow they planned and in the name of terrorist or like that, they put him to jail, Alipur jail. He consented that, what for I have come here? I wanted to serve India. Why God has put me here? Lord Krishna appeared him and said that I have brought you here, not British people, because the India will definitely get liberated. So many great persons have already taken birth. For you there is a greater work to be done. That is, you have to go to the Pondicherry. There you have to bring down a greater force so that whole humanity will become divine. After he released from the jail, he went to Pondicherry and done sadhana and brought down that force. Now that force is working for transforming the whole humanity. What about mother? Mother is from France. From the childhood, he saw Sri Aurobindo in her dream. From the childhood. She knew that my work is with Sri Aurobindo. So she came to India and collaborated with mother, Sri Aurobindo. So both have done this same work. అఖండ భారత చెప్పండి.
అది ఏ మార్గం ద్వారా అంటే అఖండ భారత సాధించే యుద్ధం మన మొదటి చెప్తాం. ఆ యుద్ధం ద్వారా లేదు స్పిరిచువల్ పవర్ ద్వారా లేదు ఏ మార్గాలు అయితే
అన్ని మార్గాలు దాంట్లో వస్తాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఆర్ఎస్ఎస్ ఒక మార్గం తీసుకుంటుంది. అలాగా ప్రతి సంస్థ వాళ్ళ ప్రకారంగా వాళ్ళు వెళ్తారు. ఆర్ఎస్ఎస్ తాలూకా కరేజియస్ మార్గం అంటే ఫైటింగ్, కొన్ని స్పిరిచువల్ మార్క్ సరెండర్ మార్క్ అంటే సరెండర్ చేస్తుంటారు. వాళ్ళు ఈ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ తీసుకొని ఎంత ప్రేరణ వస్తుందో ఆ ప్రకారం చేస్తారు. డిఫరెంట్ పర్సన్స్ ఉన్నారు కదా, డిఫరెంట్ క్వాలిటీ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఆ ప్రకారంగా అందరూ ఎవరు ప్రేమిస్తారో భారత్ మాతకి ఆ ప్రేరణ ప్రకారంగా వాళ్ళు చేస్తారు. వెరైటీ ఆఫ్ మీన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఒక మీన్స్ కాదు.
Namaste sir, I want to ask a question. Where you come from, what you did, and what are you doing now, and what do you want to achieve in your life? Tell me more about this.
About myself.
Sadhaks. Different sadhaks.
Different sadhaks.
How trained, how they are working.
Actually, what happens that in Odisha, we have lot of centers of Sri Aurobindo.
About yourself.
About myself, acha. Myself is a peculiar story. So, while I was in Chennai studying cost accountancy, at that time I used to meet all sannyasis, different sannyasis. Danand, Saraswathi, Chinmanand, and Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda, all I used to meet. And I wanted to become sannyasi. I got selected also. So I wrote a letter not to my father, to my elder brother who is a doctor, that I want to become sannyasi. He wrote that, why you want to become sannyasi? You can remain in home and do sadhana. God is available everywhere. He wrote. But I said, you see, you are in the home. Have you realized God? It is simply a saying thing. But I have seen the sannyasis, they have this glimpse. They carry some force. I have realized. So you are simply saying God is everywhere. But what you are doing? You are doing for yourself. So while I had to go to the Rishikesh, the same day, one day before, he and another brother came to me, to Chennai, and tried to convince me not to go. But I am not convinced. They planned. They said, okay, you go in your own way. You come with us to the station. We will go. Then you will go. Okay, I said, okay, I will go tomorrow to Rishikesh. Today I can go with you up to station to see up. While I was sitting in the train, while train started, no, I wanted to come out, but they said to other passengers that he is our younger brother, he is somewhat mad, so he will come out, please help us to hold him. So everybody was interested to hold me. I asked myself within that I wanted to know God, but why you have created this situation? Suddenly a force of silence entered into me, made me complete silent. They were astonished that how I become silent. Till I reached to my home, I was totally silent. There they said that whatever you do, I will help you. You take that room and do whatever you want. But don't leave home. I felt that is just like a jail. Everybody is coming and asking, and my mother was telling, oh, he was studying well, what happened to him, that he wanted to become sannyasi. They said, oh, how, like that every day. This story went on. So I thought that I have to come out from my home. If I will come out from my home, directly they will not leave. If I will do job, then they will be happy. Because everybody is interested that their children should have some job. So at that time in our near place, Navarampur, there was a Birla company. My friend was there. I wrote a letter that is there any vacancy for me? He said, your post is only vacant. So we approached, I got that post. But during that is 1986 to 88, I struggled from within. That why I could not got the opportunity to know you. Why you have put me in this sansara. Up to 88. 88 November 24th, one person was inviting another person for Sri Aurobindo study circle in his home. I asked, can I come? He said, yes, you can come. We are not inviting everybody because everybody is telling something I don't like. So if you are interested, you can come. So I went there. There I have realized that mother is not a human being, but the divine mother. Living being I could realize. And whatever question I had within, that day they were reading those answers of Sri Aurobindo. The questions which always struggled me, they used to say that sansara is mithya. I did not agree. But they used to say beautifully. That is why I could not deny also. They said, you see, while you are in a dream is real to you. When you come out of your dream, then you will know that dream is dream, false. Similarly, you are in the dream, that is why everything appears real. When you come out of the dream, that is sadhana you have to do, what we are doing, then you will see that these all things are maya. I was not convinced with that. I said, no, God has created me, there must be some purpose. He is saying the same thing, that this whole creation is nothing but the manifestation of the God. God is Abhyakta over there. Here he will Vyakta Bhagavan. And we will nothing but his different, infinite divine beings. So it clicked my heart. Then I asked that book. I studied whole book in the one night itself. Then I, without saying to anybody, I went to Pondicherry. There I have spent 42 days, read all the books. I have not talked with anybody. I simply spend my books, I spend my life there only by reading books and going to this Samadhi, dining, and also the seashore. These are and bookstore. This way I have spent 42 days. There I could know why my brothers have brought down to home because of this great work. So I could know what I have to do in my life. Thereafter, I have served in the company up to 2000, but during that period also, I have spent maximum time for spreading her work. Less work in office, more work for her. After 2000, I felt that I have to resign. I resigned, and from 2000, I am working. My full time is for her. Yes.
So you said that you carry out some activities by which you can manifest divinity. You also said that in a later stage, you yourself become the manifestation. Now when we say about manifestation, one thing is maybe talk about manifesting wealth, manifesting love, manifesting divinity. What is it? How does a person know it? How do others know that they are manifesting divinity or spirituality?
The divine has Sachitananda, means truth is one aspect of the divine. Another aspect is consciousness, jnana, knowledge. Another is power, force. Another is ananda. So these are the four aspects of the divine. First you have to become truthful. If you are not truthful, then you will have no real knowledge. You will all have the false knowledge. So whatever we are doing, in speaking also, we must be truthful. That we have to practice first. In our thought, in our action, in our speech, everywhere we have to speak truth, whatever may be the consequence. Generally, because of consequence, we are afraid and tell lie now. We are unfit for the next stage, that is knowledge. And power, the courage, these all will come only for the people who are truthful. Those who are not truthful, they will never be courageous. So truthful people will have the knowledge, will have the courage, that is power. At the same time, they will have the delight to do work. These are the things we have to practice.
Arvind activities other than our state, India, outside countries, other than activities.
Yeah, activities are there, but not so much like RSS. You see, wherever we are coming, we are meeting RSS people. We don't have our people in many places. That is, and fortunately they are helping us. In all over India, RSS people, this ABVP people and Vivekananda people, they have helped us.
They have to. They have to.
Thank you.
He was asking about other countries.
Yeah, there are centers, but very few.
Now about family, I mean, those who are sannyasis, okay. About family persons, what do you expect?
Family persons, they have to do their duty, family duties, and they have to bring out, keep some time for unselfish and unegoistic work and collective work, as far as possible. That is for the families.
So some centers are there.
Yeah. Sadhana centers are there, ashrams are there, everywhere. Schools are there.
Around schools.
In Odisha itself, there are more than 600 schools.
You do curriculum, they add philosophy.
Yeah.
So how many sannyasis are there overall?
I don't have numbers because we do not have that organization like you to know the number. You have kept all the numbers with you now. We don't have.
Pondicherry?
Pondicherry, there are around 4,000 people. 4,000. Aurobindo is more, another that function is something wider. Ashram is centralized action. They are widening, they are accepting married peoples and international people from outside the world, they are accepting. But in here what happens, those who are unmarried in ashram, the brahmacharis, they only accept those people. So, but in Aurobindo they accept everybody.
So how a foreigner, say from England or Germany, is attracted to Aurobindo?
Because of study circles. We organize study circles even in foreign. And the books are spread all over the world. They are coming into that. Because nowadays government also introduces the Aurobindo philosophy of education and philosophy. Here, not only here, in other countries also. So they read that, and by that they are.
So in our country, the violence has been increasing day by day. Pseudo-secularists are creating disturbance, are creating unrest in the society. Politicians are mostly corrupt. Even our people also highly corrupt. How can you overcome all these difficulties? How can the India will become Vishwa Guru to overcome these difficulties or problems? Is there any technique from the Aurobindo Ashram?
Yes, one thing is that this greater force has come down. That will not allow these things to happen for more than few years. Very near, it will not allow that higher force has come down. It will not allow. There is only one option, Mother has said, truth or abyss. You have to remain truthful, Otherwise you will have no existence. That force is already working towards that. And if you collaborate, this will be accelerated. Otherwise it is already predestined by the God himself that there will be a reign of truth, that is called Satyuga. Satyuga is coming. Those who want to remain corrupted, who want to remain in falsehood, they will have no chance to remain. So it is up to us whether we will get changed or disappear from the earth itself. Now the God has decided that there should not be any falsehood. And if we collaborate, we will be fortunate to participate in the Satyuga. Otherwise there will be no place for us. There is no option for us. So it is high time that everybody should be truthful for his own existence. If you want to exist, then you have to be truthful, otherwise you will not exist.
It is a sort of strong belief, not belief, I mean, it is future.
Yeah, this is the future.
As sun is rising.
Just like darkness cannot exist. It is same thing Sri Aurobindo said.
As it is rising,
Darkness must disappear.
This transition is already started.
Yeah, already started.
But
That is why-
how much time we can expect?
Depends upon us. If it is around 300 years like that, but if we accelerate, it will be here now within a few years. That depends, because that freedom is given to us also.
Now, one thing, if one reads Aurobindo philosophy and meditates, he will have the glimpses of
Yeah, definitely.
that
Definitely.
power. He will have the glimpses of that power.
Yeah, that is that.
Aurobindo future predict చేశాడు. అదే future.
So many futures. These 5 dreams are only his future. Whatever say. Then he is saying that money will not be personal property. Around 2070, there will be no personal property. It has to belong to the whole
Family property.
total for the total earth will become one family. Yeah. For that you have no claim about the particular property that it belongs to me. Just like a river is passing nearby you. You can take water whatever is needed. You cannot stop the river for you. Why? Air is moving. Air is not personal property. It is for everybody. If you are a collector, you cannot take more money, air for you. Whatever you breathe, you take. Lest you have to live for others. Similarly, water is not personal property for all. Similarly, money is also not personal property for all. After 2070, the thing will happen that nobody will claim that it is my property, it is your property. Everything belongs to everybody.
గట్టిగా
सर एक तरफ आप बोल रहे हैं धार्मिक भावनात्मक है स्पिरिचुअल होना चाहिए और हमारा जो आरएसएस है ये अहिंसा के मार्ग पर चलने को कहते हैं। इनका भी जो है ना सोचने का अहिंसा से चलने का है। तो फिर हमारे देश में जो असामाजिक तत्वों का जो दिनों दिन बढ़ता जा रहा है वो सरपंच जैसे और एक तरफ हम शांत रहने को बोला जा रहा है, तो फिर आगे किसकी जीत होगी, मतलब कैसे रहना चाहिए। एक तरफ तो असामाजिक तत्व दिनों दिन उनकी जनसंख्या भी बढ़ती जा रही है और एक तरफ हम जो जैसे कि आप एकदम साधु बन जाए या फिर एकदम शांत बन जाए, तो फिर आगे का हमारा भविष्य कैसे होगा।
जो अंदर से शांत बनता है उसका बहुत बड़ा पावर होता है ये असामाजिक तत्व का ऊपर कंट्रोल करना, क्योंकि उसका वाइब्रेशन जो रहता है। एक असामाजिक तत्व क्यों होता है, हर आदमी का अंदर में वो सब चीज रहता है। वातावरण जैसा है उसी हिसाब से उनका अंदर में आता है। वातावरण अगर पीसफुल हो जाता है तो उसका अंदर में जो पीस का चीज है, अच्छा चीज है, वो निकल आता है। तो जो साधु संत जो है, सही ट्रू साधु संत जो है, वो जो वाइब्रेशन क्रिएट करता है ना, असामाजिक तत्व ऑटोमेटिकली न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाएगा। वो एक चीज है। दूसरा जो है, जो राजसिक है, फाइट करना है, वो क्या है, फाइट करेंगे लेकिन प्रेम से फाइट करेंगे। जो भी असामाजिक तत्व उसका अंदर में भगवान को फील करेंगे, उसका बाहर का जो क्वालिटी है वो खराब है, लेकिन अंदर से वो भी भगवान है। जैसा अर्जुन युद्ध कर रहा था अपना लोग का साथ, प्यार से युद्ध कर रहा था, लेकिन युद्ध क्यों कर रहा था? श्री कृष्ण बोल रहा था अधर्म का ऊपर धर्म का जय होगा इसलिए युद्ध करो, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि उसका ऊपर उनका हिंसा था। तो जो असामाजिक तत्व है उसका विरुद्ध में युद्ध भी करना चाहिए, लेकिन प्रेम से करना चाहिए। अंदर से प्रेम रहेगा, बाहर से उनका जो क्वालिटी है उसको प्यूरिफाई करना है। इसीलिए स्पिरिचुअल अगर नहीं होगा एक आदमी, वो सही से फाइट नहीं कर पाएगा। अभी देखिए पाकिस्तान का जो सोल्जर्स है वो फाइट कर रहे हैं, अपना देश के लिए कर रहे हैं, हम लोग हमारा देश के लिए कर रहे हैं। तो अगर एक पाकिस्तानी हमारा सामने मर जाता है, हमको क्या करना है? ह्यूमन लव रहना है कि नहीं रहना? अगर हम मर जाते हैं तो उनको क्या करना है? क्योंकि दोनों अपना देश के लिए फाइट कर रहे हैं। तो वो जो प्रेम भाव अगर रहेगा तो विजय होगा, प्रेम भाव अगर नहीं रहेगा तो वो बढ़ते जाएगा, हिंसा बढ़ते जाता है। क्यों? क्योंकि प्रेम से हम लोग युद्ध नहीं करते, हिंसा से युद्ध करते हैं, वो ठीक नहीं।